situation, because you can be a single parent to a twin. Without a present father, you are not working, and you are going to make sure as a woman, you make sure that those kids they eat, abalal bangadlanga, bayaqoka, and they are always warm. They go to school even if when you are not working, awuna lutho. So
but they
and ngaleso sikhathi all men do angisho usuka ngekho yena. So when I can be able to provide and take care of that.
Yeah,
so,
but let's just applaud the men that are responsible for their kids. To be honest, and we are sorry for those men who run away from their kids. But who you're telling obese? Did you ever hear that?
So in that, we promote listening and learning that it is important for men to actively listen to women's experience with gender inequality and discrimination, and also by learning from women's perspective and amplifying their voices, men can help bring attention to systematic issues. That's what we are talking about. But like they should be there to listen to you, and also when they show we see imagine like no women got should earn more than men.
Yeah,
no, they should earn more than men. Like
but are you earning as a woman? Do women earn?
As told you,
but we don't get anything. Men are the ones getting
to
paid.
Provide, yeah,
and they're getting paid, so we don't get anything.
In terms of being equal, men supporting us and being supporting gender equality. Kwamele ukuthi mkholo wakhe like yabo makahola. Look at like lihlale nami as a woman. Bese after that mina ngimleke kanjani le ngimnika imali. Yabo nayi.
Uthi baby nayi yetshwala.
But
do you think men trust the other gender? Would say, I will give this one the card, and then uzongchela would say, how am I going to spend?
That's why basis yabatlis. I saw a video where like no, if umthaza and ubona ngathi ufuna kuhlala naye, mdlise.
I don't think it's VMC Brunch Breeze promoting.
Those are my views.
It's not.
Those are my views also.
It's not.
But then if ufuna because all they do is lie, ne? Angafika go be like I want to be with you for the rest of my life. Then during the rest of your life, ne athi sare no I am ngifuna someone else. So lapho when I'm dlise, yabo, so that anginike card because imali.
She's actually saying phakela indoda, cook and dish for the daughter. Angabula
indlala. Bengisho njalo nami lethi ngoba I put it in some ways yabo. Dlise kanti yini ukudla? Because bamdlisa ukudla ubnika ukudla just like that.
Just imagine. And then we're checking on there. We are 2 minutes away to 12 o'clock. So we'll quickly wrap this number 4. And then we'll come back with the number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Challenging toxic masculinity, addressing harmful expectations. Toxic masculinity refers to cultural norms that encourage
limited, or now I hear it, it's limited opportunities to women. It's limited opportunities to women because there are some other as much as in most cases job opportunities these positions are not for women, they are only for men, especially for men. No women can lead because I believe as women we cannot lead. Chance lay one like women only like only company or else rule South Africa for a year.
And then after ruling the South Africa, you meaning we need
female only.
That country that just announced that they have a president, Womfaz.
Yeah,
were you aware of that?
It's an African country. I saw that.
And they were celebrating.
Yeah, but on the other side, right, on the bright side, right? Because you see Ramaphosa maga speech sack, he says South Africa, it's Mother Nature. Yeah, it's something like that. It's Mother Nature. So maga khulu manjalo hleze ati South Africa and Mother Nature. So obviously, everything that.
So we should say South Africa is Umfazi actually.
Yes.
So I now understand why the world is moving, running, and everything. So, but because of time now, it's 12 o'clock, and this is our last hour, and the news are bulletin by Mandy and the boyfriend.
In November last year, the Eastern Cape Liquor Board official Pumlani Etiali testified that the tavern's liquor license became void after the owners made structural upgrades to the venue. Diali, who oversees licensing at the board, told the court that the owners should be held responsible for the tragedy, as they were in charge of the establishment and its license. Four correctional officers from Mangaunga Correctional Center are set to appear in the Bloemfontein Magistrate Court in connection with the death of an inmate. The officers were arrested last night following the passing of a 37-year-old Mpom Kubeni, who reportedly died after being assaulted and tortured over a missing 800 rand. Police spokesperson Motansi Makele confirmed that the case is now being treated as a murder. Makele explained on Wednesday, 12 March 2025, police were informed of the death of the 37-year-old Mpom Kubeni, an inmate at Mangaung Correctional Facility in Bloemfontein. He added that initially the death appeared to be from natural causes and an inquest was opened. However, postmortem results later revealed the cause of death was unnatural, prompting investigators to classify the case as a murder.
Coach Miguel Cardoso is optimistic about their chances, stating that they can beat Al Ahly due to their unbeaten record. Marcel Koller warned the South African club of a more aggressive approach in the return game, stating that they need to score 2 goals in Cairo. Pyramids will host Orlando Pirates, who also drew 0-0 in their first leg clash in Soweto. The two aggregate winners will advance into the semi-final, which will be played over the 2 legs on 24 May and 1 June. Pyramids Pirates to battle in high-stakes clash for final spot. Pyramids will face Orlando Pirates in the CAF Champions League semi-final second leg clash on 30 June. The Egyptian side have a witnessed run of 4 matches across all competitions, but is undefeated at home in this season Champions League.
You understand what it means to be a man. It seems like we need men to stop the GBV. We need men to do everything in this society. I didn't know of that.
We only need one thing from them, actually. For each gender-based violence, we just need them to cooperate.
Okay.
It's the only thing that we need from men.
Okay. I was thinking about something when you said only one thing. I was like, money. Okay. And intervening in toxic situations, men can speak up when they witness toxic behavior such as bullying, harassment, or inappropriate comments. Standing up in this moment sends the message that such behaviors are unacceptable. And you know this is right, ne? Go to MTN. Actually, go to the rank where there's those insizwa, ne? Ufike lapha noluvo uyindoda ushaya umfazi ngempama. You will rue the day you went to the rank.
But now Babasha just said Babasha in private.
That one I don't know about, ne? But that's what I love about South Africa. You will never hit your woman in public.
Yeah, in public you'll not, but ma too. Now we are shy.
No. You can go to number 5 because, you know.
So in number 5, it is said that beginning aliens in the fight against gender-based violence, it's confronting harassment, that men can challenge gender roles by being active allies in the fight against gender-based violence, whether it's domestic violence, sexual harassment, or even assault. Speaking out against such behavior and supporting victims is critical in changing harmful norms. And it's about promoting consent. Yes, consent. Promoting consent culture. That men can advocate for a culture of consent by educating others about respectful relationships, sexual anatomy, and mutual respect. These can also include taking responsibility for their own actions and challenging any behaviors that may perpetuate violence or harm or it's harassment.
Harassment, yes, and harmful. You see, this consent is coming back again.
Consent, as long as it's GBV.
It says icona. That's what I'm saying, Utini. Hi, I'm a topics where too sometimes they gel together. I love that.
Because you cannot touch me without my consent.
Number 6, it says mentoring and supporting young men, modeling healthy behavior. A man can play a role in shaping the next generation by mentoring young boys and promoting positive, respectful attitude towards women and gender equality. So you see, the older boys, they have, you are given a role to educate the young boys. You need to educate the young boys about this and mentor them for our generation to change. I love this topic today. It's giving the men what do they call it? It's giving the men.
I cannot say it's a burden because
No, it's not a burden. It's not a burden.
It's not the right time to call
It's
it
not a burden.
But it's a responsibility.
Yes, thank you. It's giving the men a responsibility to look after the women. Okay. Teaching young men that they can pursue careers, interests, and relationships free from the constraints of traditional gender rules fosters open-mindedness. Okay? Yabona noluvo mayikhuluma lana ne. I would just say Petunia, she's got a man, ne? Whenever we are on the road, we are crossing the road. He will hold Petunia ngesandla. Like out of the blue, hold the hand, and Petunia will be like, "Why are you holding my hand? I'm not a baby." And he say, "I'm protecting you. I don't want you to be hurt or harmed." Or maybe Bakshai saying a motto.
Which century or which planet do you live in? Because the ones that we have now, they do not care about all of that.
Ne? So
Yeah.
meaning the old men, the big boys, they need to teach the young men, the young boys, you know what? Hold isandla sentombi yakho. Not when the robot is red, or it's red, and then you just cross alone. You need your partner. Hold the hand. Ungangibuzi ngeplanet, but I think it's Mars. It's Mars.
Okay, we do need them to, men, they can play a big role in shaping these young boys, because I believe that in charity begins at home. If a child uhlala ekhaya and like kaya, the mother is being shouted by the father, then they know that umuntu wesifazane uyathethiswa uyashaywa.
And that's not good.
So
that's not good.
Kule environment layer, that kid has to go to creche, has to go to school. So whenever they see a woman, ne, or a lady, from a car, they know this is how we treat them at home. This is how it should be. So
and that's not good.
Yeah. So if we start now, the men, especially men, they start treating and mentoring them to be a positive, like to treat a woman with care and gender equality. We could be a
good generation.
Yeah.
Just imagine 2040, men are treated like ikanda, like a fruit man. All of them. It's going to be beautiful. Okay. Challenging peer pressure. Boys and young men are often pressured by their peers to conform to stereotypes, e.g., suppressing emotion or avoiding feminine activities. Yabon lekuthi kushanyela umfana, it start kushanyela untombazane, it start with the baby when the baby is young. Ayazi ukuthi, you know what, mina I'm not allowed to sweep, but the girl is allowed to sweep. So as the mothers out there, or as the fathers, teach your young man, your young boy, because you know what, you can clean, my boy, you can wash the dishes, and that young boy must see you as the father doing it.
Well, and it started home, vele iqala khona lapha, iqala ekhaya.
Yeah, it started home. For like awubona from home, because okay, even at school he will be teaching the other peers, because you know what, even as men, as boys, we can sweep the classroom. Not only because when we were growing up, Noluvo, we used to sweep the classroom and mop and put the polish. The boys were going home, and some boys they will. Like but they are taking the tables away so that we can clean. But a lot of the boys, they would go home because they know
it's part of the environment.
Yeah, the environment. Yeah, and men can create spaces where young boys are encouraged to express themselves freely without judgment, supporting them in breaking free from toxic expectations. Yeah. Teach your son to cry when he's hurt.
I can't.
Teach your son to cry. Teach your son to complain when he is not feeling fine.
No, let them talk. Yeah, if you let them talk without judgment. And on number 7, we have that encouraging equal representations. That in the workplace, men can advocate for equal opportunities for women in leadership roles. Equal pay for
I know it's
equal
going
work,
there.
and also fair representation in traditionally male-dominated industries. They can use their platforms and privilege to push for greater diversity and decision-making role. And also, in media and entertainment, men can support the media that portrays diverse positivity representing the gender roles by encouraging films, TV shows, and books that challenge stereotype and offer more complex, multi-dimensional characters. That men can help redefine traditional views and masculinity and femininity. And from now, it's that we are going to continue with this topic after the news headlines from Nola's in closing nations. Whenever it's Nola's, please make sure you do not miss bulletin. There's always that something to share a question to ask yourself why. Let us have the news updates from Nola's and we'll take it right after that.
Sawubona mlaleli, ngingunolwazi Xabane, izindaba ezihamba phambili kwihora leshumi nambili nemizuzu engamashumi amathathu. Mlaleli, ligamenxe ihora leshumi nambili. Izindaba ezihamba phambili kuleli hora VMC Planet Radio. I-South African Police Service ithi bangaphezu kwezinkulungwane eziyishumi abasolwa ababoshwe ngo-Operation Chanela. Inkantolo izokhipha izinqumo esinqumweni sikaZondo sokuhoxisa ijaji uMasopa. Ngizobuya nezindaba ezigcwele makubumbana ihora lokuqala, ngisiguqisa lapha izindaba ebezihamba phambili kuleli hora.